Hello everybody and welcome back to Elm Creek. You join me on episode 30 in August at 2 minutes past 8. Now, weeds have appeared, which I did say in the previous episode that weeds have been turned on, all because I want to see if this is going to try and help the environmental score. It should do, and I think it did on the taters. So we're looking good now, obviously because we've gone into the next month. We've got little bits of weeds across pretty much all our fields. And I'm not sure what to do, because I want to mulch these. As you can see, the little like stalks are sticking up, and I want to mulch them. But obviously mulching does get rid of the weeds, but does it officially get rid of the weeds? Does the game recognize that as that's getting rid of the weeds or not? That's my only concern at the minute, is I've not done much with weeds and farm sim, so I'm not sure what to do, because I can hit them with herbicide and that will get rid of them, and it does register then that the weeds have been killed. And then maybe mulch them. Is that probably the safest bet? Because all I'm worried about is if I go mulch them and we get rid of the weeds and it mulches, we kill two birds with one stone. But if the game doesn't register that the weeds have been got rid of properly, then it's pointless turning them on really, because then we've not kind of solved anything, have we? It's not going to help the environmental score. So I think it's best to hit them with herbicide. We've also got to do a few things. We've got some grass fields over there. We've got to try and put some nitrogen down, because the levels are looking a bit off on the grass fields. We've got things to tackle on here as well. So we did a lot of oats in we did all the oats in the last episode. Wheat still needs to be done, canola, and also taters. Luckily, the grass doesn't need to be done just yet, but it does need hitting with this, as you can see. All the fields are looking a little bit bad, but the grass ones, need a little bit of a going over. I'm not sure, though, if I'm a bit late, because it's stage 2 of 3. They're only one away from being complete and, like, done, ready to harvest again. Am I a bit late? Do I need to go in a bit earlier? Should I have maybe done that before sleeping? And if I do it now, is it actually going to help or not? So many questions I'm asking myself, and I'm not sure what the answers are to them. A few things have changed, but like pretty much a lot of the videos, I always seem to start off and go round and go, oh yeah, well look, I've moved these here. Tractors come back, this is done, that's done, that's done. We're going to get straight into it, I think. And yes, things have changed. You might spot a few things as we go round. And there is one major change, which you didn't see coming. I didn't see coming until it started to happen. And I was like, ooh, I'm quite liking this. Let's just carry on with this and go with it. And let's just say it got out of hand. Badly got out of hand. As you can see, the bank balance has dropped. A bit of money has been spent. Yeah, let's just say I got out of control. And I actually lost 5 hours in real life time. Not game time, my own real life time. But I think it was well worth it. I am mega pleased with what's happened. And I will show you before this episode finishes, so don't worry. But I just wanted to get straight into it, because I always start every episode by going through what I've done. Oh, tweet this, tweet that. You will spot things as we go through, but I'm going to save a lot of it until a little bit later. So let's go and hit some of this, I think. We need to go over a little bit now. There we go. We're going to unlock this as well, because it's going to take forever. But I'm not sure, you see. It is making a difference. But am I a bit late? Like, should I have done this before sleeping? That's the question. I don't know how much of an effect. Is this actually going to help me? Or not really? If you do know, then please do leave it in the comments below. I'm just not sure. I mean, I'm guessing it's going to help, because we've still got another stage to go. But like I said, it's 2 of 3 at the minute. Oh, by the way, we make our own fertilizer for this. We've got a lot in storage. This thing has been modified, if you're just kind of wondering, thinking, oh, it's not going down quick. It is going down quick. But it's been modified. And it holds 300 and something or 1,000 litres. So, yeah, we've got a lot, and I'll just keep it in here, because at the minute we only seem to be doing this. The pH levels just don't seem to adjust too much. But I might get another one and just keep one full of lime. Is it lime for pH and fertilizer, I think, for the nitrogen. Well, yeah, clearly, obviously, the fertilizers for the nitrogen is what we're doing now, and I think it's the lime for pH. So I might, obviously, it's a lot to try and dump out of this one, so I might buy another one for lime, but could just rent one because we don't have to do much with it. So let's go through, get this complete, and hopefully, it's grass at the end of the day. It's not too bad. We've also got wheat to do as well, and canola, and also taters are done as well. It's all going on. So I'll just finish this grass off, and then we'll tackle some wheat. So the grass field's all done, and then I've just set a worker on to do the big grass field just down over there. Now this is mulching. So as you can see, if you just look closely on here, you can see the little stalks that appear through once you've harvested. Mulching kind of does exactly what it says on the tin. It mulches it and puts it all back into the soil. So it's meant to be good for the soil. I don't know, again, how much this is going to help, like, future harvests. I'm not sure. But apparently, you're meant to do it. I've never seen it come up to say that I should do it. But, yeah. So, I bought one anyway to do it. And as you can see, it does kill the weeds. I did a little test. It is killing the weeds, but it's not showing on the weeds as it's been sort of killed. Like, so on here you can see that's showing weeds have been killed, but if we go and have a look over here, you can see it's showing it's been mulched, but then it's not showing brown to show weeds have been killed like the potatoes. That's my only concern, is like, that's, even though it's getting rid of them, it's not going to register that it's got rid of the weeds. I think we're going to need to hit these with herbicide first, mulch after. That way then the game's going to know they've been done properly. Then we can mulch. Then we're sort of getting ready. Then I think we can go tackle some weeds. So let's go grab the other tractor then. You might have just spotted something, a new addition. I'll quickly tell you about this one. I love the parking lot features. You can get these, it's just, again, on Mod Hub. There's different size parking spaces you can get. You can get a couple, I think it goes 3, 4, 5 and 6, I think. And it comes with all the decoration. These aren't part of it. I've added them in. They are electric charging stations because you might remember over there I had the little gator. Yeah, let's just say when I hooked on a more decent sized trailer, it didn't like it at all. It was popping a wheelie. It was just, no, it wasn't working. So they had to go. Instead, got these little beauties. And they're electric. And they're nippy little things. So I've been using these. And obviously, as you can see, as you get closer, you can see it goes green. Just sort of say it's going back on charge. But obviously, it hardly uses it. But it's so cool. So these will take a normal trailer. Obviously, we're going to struggle a little bit compared to something like this beast or, you know, the fence that we've got. But again, nice little yard tractors. So that's a new addition. That's one of the new additions. Did buy a couple of these as well, which you saw one, but I bought another one as well. So let's jump into this. Let's get set up and let's try and do some herbicide and kill some weeds. So we're here all ready to go with a spot sprayer. She's filled up, she's spread, and she's ready to go. So let's see how we get on with this, shall we? Now it's only going to spot spray. So we can see it's killing them. It's doing its job. They're not disappearing. I don't know. Are they meant to disappear? Like I said, I'm new to doing weeding on Farming Sim. Now, hopefully, this is going to register because it's been done properly. So I'm hoping to do this, get the weeds done properly this way. What I wanted to do then is mulch. Can we turn this around? It's a bit long. I'm going to hit the fence. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Obviously, you wouldn't keep going in real life. That would just rip the arm off. Some things we can get away with in Farm Sim. Let's unlock speed, actually. So we can... I do like that. It is only picking up. You can see it's only picking up in the middle. Not wasting it on the grass on the edge. Not wasting it on the bits we've already done. This is such a cool sprayer. So I'm assuming this is right. You would think kill the weeds first. And then mulch it after. I mean, we can just keep going across all the fields here. We're going to have to be careful on the fence on this one. Might have to come back and get some little bits. Not too bad. Oh, hit the fence again. To me, this would seem right, is doing this. Then we could go over and mulch it. Also, it says about, let's see if we can just go up here. It says about doing muck spreading, the manure spreading, like after, sort of before you actually go and put anything in the fields. It's like a first sort of coat to get the fields prepped ready. Now it is gonna get a few of them, but not to worry. Now I've never really, again, sort of gone down the path of manure spreading because I just didn't know all this kind of made such a massive difference. But we've got the manure spreader ready. You would have seen in the previous episode. So we'll give it a go. We'll do this. We'll mulch it. And then, yeah, we'll hit it with some manure. So let's go through, get this done. Oh yes, you might also just part this then for a quick second. Let's have a quick run. Oh, look at this. It actually looked worse. Yep. Got the money. Might have dropped one of these in for another 150k. You got to admit though, it looks good. It's tight around the back of here, but that's not really a massive issue. But I was running out of space. I needed somewhere to put like me planter. Put my trailers, combine, you know, and muck spreader. And you got to admit, it does look good, doesn't it? Oh, it does, yes. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to keep going through and telling you everything that I've done new. But we will drop on bits as we go through. So, I will save the best for last. So, I'm going to get this done, finish off all these fields. We'll come back and we'll do some mulching as well. Actually, what we'll do, we'll park this here for a second. We'll run over, and because the other tractor's over here now, the work is finished. Let's go get him started and see if we can get a worker started on mulching these. Starting the engine does help. Now, if you've never seen the mulching as well, this is a cool little thing. It just seems to like churn the ground up. They're not very big, so it might be a good idea to get a worker started on these. Turn it on, lower it down, and go. Yep, that's what the mulching does. Look at that. Now, do we leave this worker unlocked? I think that could be dangerous. He's going to take out someone's fence. Yep, we're not going to leave him unlocked. So we'll get that mulch. We'll leave him to crack on with that. And I'm going to carry on and get some weeding done. Ooh, watch the boom. Nearly. So the weeding is going pretty well at the minute. We're just going to have a little go doing a bit of mulching here. Got a worker just finishing off some of the fields. All these fields around here have been done. A worker's just to the right of us across the road there. Just doing the weeds on them two big fields where we've had the sugar beet in before. And we just got the big one to do over to the left. So we'll set the worker on that. But I just thought we'll have a go doing a bit of mulching in the minute. And one thing I have found with this mulching, it tackles the grass as well. It's very strange. I mean, I suppose, yeah, that would make sense. But it will actually sort of shaves the grass as well. I don't know if that's good or bad. But I'm hoping that I'm kind of right with these things, that it is going to help the fields. I mean, it makes sense. It says that it cuts the little stalks down, sort of pushes it back into the soil. and it makes everything a lot better. I suppose it would make sense, but it just hasn't come up and told me that I need to do this. And even still now, it isn't coming up telling me I need to do it. I'm just assuming, well, it says in the help guides that mulching does help, and it, you know, helps the soil out. It kind of makes sense, but then you would have thought it would tell you. A bit like it does with ploughing and liming and stuff like that. It will come up and tell you when it needs doing. Maybe it's just a certain crop that needs doing. But it does say in the help guide anything sort of, you know, any crops that leave stalks behind. Well, to me, these oats, you can see the stalk texture. Just have a quick jump out and have a look. You can see the stalk texture. So it is working. It's doing its job. It's mulching it. So we'll just have to see if we get a better yield when we put the next things in here. So we've got a lot of fields to do, so I'm going to leave some workers to do these, and I think we need to go and tackle the combine and see if we can sort out these wheat fields. It means more straw. Now some of the straw has been used. Let's just bail out. Leave the worker to crack on with that. Look at that. I like. Very nice. So, oh, we're flying as well. Just hang on a second. So before we do that, then we're back on the ground now. We're flying. I'm taking a thumbnail. Let's go get this little tractor. This is such a cool little thing. We need to just nip over. We'll go this way. We just need to go get that little milk tanker. We just need to go and top up some milk for the donuts. The donuts are getting a little low. This thing's so cool. Now, alright, it goes 26, 27 miles an hour. But it's just nice and handy for a little yard tractor. This is kind of what I wanted it for. Just so you can nip around here, we can get the eggs. The chickens, by the way, seem to be producing a lot of eggs. I know that sort of seems a bit of a shocker on chickens and eggs, really. But I just... in the last pens, we never seem to get many. Now, I know there's a lot more chickens in here, but it just never seemed to sort of get many. But now it just seems to be absolutely like churning them out. Which is good. It's what we want. Let's just go fill this up. 6,500 litres from this one. I'm guessing it's going to be the same from this since they've got the same amount of cows in. Yep. So we'll go take this little thing. We'll go put it in. You can see it's only 2% because this thing does hold quite a bit. Actually, I'm trying to think. I think it's 500,000. That's a lot. So we'll go and drop this then into the donut. And it does unload very quick. So everything gone there. How are we looking? Let's just go around and have a quick look and see how the donuts are doing. They should be okay. Everything's looking good. So you can see the flour. The grain mill is really kind of churning out the flour there. 43,000 litres of flour. Oh, I'm stuck in the factory. Eggs and everything are looking good. So I'm going to take this back. Let's get the combine and let's go and tackle our first wheat field. So the weeding has all been done then. As you can see, it's all looking good. All the green's gone. It's turned to brown, which means all weeds have been destroyed. They're all gone. I'm over at the shop at the minute. And I've leased this bad boy. Because I was going to do the wheat harvesting. But I thought we might as well have a go at doing some taties. Because we've not actually really done any potatoes on this series. And I'm not sure if we're going to again. This has cost 30,000 to lease. You might see that the money has dropped down a little bit. Now that's because of something that I did do off camera, and I did spend about $1 million, maybe a little bit more. But I think it's worth it what I've done. And in previous episodes, I did actually say I wasn't going to do this in this series. And then it was one of them off camera, kind of just have a little look and see. Let's just take the game off autosave and just see how it goes, what it looks like. And it might be a little bit of a plot of land that I said in a previous episode down by the big grass field. I said that the grass field well, if we go on here and we'll look at this, I did say that this grass field here, we get the grass field, but then we get a lot of this around the edge as well, and all this around here. But we don't get the house. And it's the same with this one. Obviously, this is the wheat field we've got all this down here as well. And I did say, what am I going to do with this here? Like, I think I showed it in the previous episode or the one before that when cutting the grass field. I did show that this bit here, and I'm like, what am I going to do with that? I own that, but what am I going to do with it? Let's just say I might have done something with that. And I'll be honest, 5 hours in real life, and I think it looks awesome. Now, we're on episode 30 at the minute, and you might have also heard me say that the challenge we were going to do that my mate Nicky sent me was to get to 2.5 million profit by episode 40. We kind of smashed that in the last episode. We got to sort of best part, I think, was it 3.6 mil? So we sort of did that. So I did speak to her and say, well, I've kind of smashed the goal already, and we've not even got to episode 40. What do I do now then? And I basically come up with a decision whether to still go to episode 40, but instead of getting rid of land and placeables or the factories and, you know, all that kind of stuff like I was going to, I've decided when I get to episode 40, we're going to sell everything placeable wise. So all the pallets, we're going to stop all the productions, and whatever it's made, we're just going to sell. Whether it's the right time or not, we're just going to sell all the goods, everything what's in the silo, whatever we've made, if, you know, fertilizer, herbicide, whatever we've made, we're just going to sell it all at whatever's the best price at that time, whatever it is in episode 40. And we're just going to get rid of everything we've got. But we're going to leave all the pens. I'm still not sure whether to get rid of animals or not. Might leave the animals, but we're going to keep all the pens, keep all the equipment, and just keep everything as it is. All the fields, not going to sell any fields, not going to sell factories, and, you know, like I was planning on, because I really thought I was going to have to. I didn't think I was going to make the money. So we're just going to, whatever profit we make from selling all the pallets and goods and seeds and everything in the silo, I'm going to go through and take that money onto the next map. And this series we're going to keep because I'm enjoying it, and I think we could go past episode 40. So I'm going to keep it going, but we're just going to stop it at 40, if that makes sense. We're going to come and revisit it once in a blue moon, whenever I feel like I'm in a bit of a play on here, because it's a good map. I like it. And also some of the bits we're doing now, this is why I did do the little bit off screen, and it will make sense, and I will reveal that and show you that before we finish this episode. So not too long to go, but we're just going to see if we can just get some taters. I'm not sure what to do with these, because we can take, and we have got the potato processing like unit, but I'm not sure if we've got any room. I'm guessing we're going to get quite a lot of potatoes on here, and it's going to take a little while. So we might set this on a worker. But these are our new fields. So we've got canola next to us to the right, wheat in front. We're going to get straw off both of them, if I'm right. If the mod that I got for the extended straw should mean we get canola straw as well. And I think we get corn straw as well. But we're obviously, at the minute we haven't got any corn, we're just using the open gardens for corn. So we'll see if we can set this on a worker and let the worker carry on. They're not going to get too much further because, well, we're at 70% already. And he's going to miss that row until you can see, yeah, he's going to miss that row. Not a problem, we will come back and tidy up. So let's go get a trailer ready for, well, actually we'll get the wagon across. Yeah, look, he's nearly full. We'll get the wagon across, we'll take the tractor back and the sprayer. We're going to leave the sprayer there because we're going to need to tackle these fields once this has been done. Or actually, are we going to need to tackle them? Because I'm guessing when you harvest them, yeah, it's resetting it. So I wonder if it's going to do the same with them, if it's going to reset the weeds. Might do. Let's go get the Arctic across then. It's just flashed up then that the worker has got a full tank. So we'll go around. I'm glad crop destruction's off, because the worker's not parked in a great place here. So I think for now what I'm going to do then is we're going to store these. We'll leave the Arctic across here because it's not got a very big tank on this potato harvester. So we're going to leave this across here. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take these. We're going to put them in the silo for now, because just having a quick look, the silo does hold potatoes, which is great. And also there's a little thing as well you might see on the right here. We have got a potato kind of factory, but you will see it's not selling, or it's not showing the sell point, because on some things it was coming up with your factories as a sell point, which baffled me a little bit. When it's my own factory, how can I sell potatoes to my own factory? So there is a new mod that has come out, which has been put on now, which stops your own productions coming up in the sell option. Only things other places like the fast food restaurants and stuff like that, and the multi-buying station as well, which is the one in the yard. So none of my productions will come up to be sold, like you can sell at, which is good, because it was, well, I don't know, it just seemed a little bit pointless really. You know, why I want to sell my own factory potatoes of my own? So we're just going to head over to the silo now with the manure spreader. We're just going to top up with that. Now this also does put down some nitrogen, so it does help the fields balance out the levels. Now, as far as I'm aware, this will sort of give it its first layer before then. Once we've done this, now we've done the mulching, we've done the weeding, these fields look great. We're going to put a bit of this on, which is going to sort out the nitrogen. Oh yes, I keep forgetting we need to unfold the tool. And then we can spread it on. Look at this. How cool is that? So as you can see in the bottom corner of the little map, it is changing the nitrogen. So it's making the fields better. So it's like the spraying. It's the same as the spraying. But apparently putting this on first, and then once you put this on, these fields now are ready to seed. They're ready to go now. From what I can work out, this is sort of apparently what you're meant to do. Now, again, if you know better, please do let me know. I'm no expert at this. But doing this now is sort of getting the field ready for sowing. So instead of going through with the liquid fertilizer, let me just go back. It's going to annoy me. Let's go back and see if we can just get that last little bit in the middle there. It might not let me because it's going to work out that it's... Oh yeah, there we go. So this apparently gets the fields ready for sowing. So now these fields are ready to go. And then once we've seeded them or planted them, we then come back after the first stage of growth and go over them with the little red thing spreader there with the solid or liquid fertilizer. And then apparently that's it then. You then just wait until it fully grows. And apparently that's a full prep of the fields then. But I think that looks pretty good. And then fields are looking good, all ready to go. If we go and check and run across them here, you'll see now pH level, nitrogen, it's all spot on. pH is just a little low, but it says you only have to do that every 3 harvests. So I did that last time, so we should be okay for a bit. So all the potatoes are done. We've got 95,000 litres of potatoes in here from this little field. That's not bad going there. Now, I don't think they're going to fit into the potato factory. So I think we're going to just put them in a silo for now. And then maybe, because we've got the little gardens doing potatoes. So maybe we could turn the little gardens off on potatoes. Maybe we could have them doing something else. I'm trying to think what. We'll have to have a think about that one. So we're just going to take a little walk down here then. We'll go across the train tracks. And this is where we'll have the other fields of mine. So I've got, this is the wheat field that we've got to tackle as well. It's got a few weeds in, so it's going to affect it a little bit. and it needs obviously treating. We're gonna have to do it, you know, mulch it and do all the business with that, manure on it and just everything, weed killers, the lot. But obviously the weeds are going to come out when we harvest it, so we need to just give that a bit of a treatment. And then we've got the grass field over here. Now I did sort of say with this grass field that bit of land was a bit funky. I didn't know what to do with it, and I just sort of got a bit carried away off camera. Now I know I said I wasn't going to do anything with this particular thing, what I've actually put here. I said I wasn't going to do anything. So I might have mentioned sheep. And I might have said, I'm not going to... no, we don't need to do sheep. We're not going to do sheep on the series. Might have done sheep. Only because we got the money. And I'd already hit my goal. So I thought, I just got carried away. And I must admit, I think it actually looks pretty damn nice. And I put it on that little bit of land. Yeah. Look at this. I am well impressed with this. All my own work. You might remember, this was just a plot of land. Look at this. Come on, you gotta admit, that is beautiful. It was just a plot of land that I took some trees up, I flattened it all out, and I was impressed that I managed to do that pretty well without destroying the road and everything. I was impressed. It took 5 hours to do this, and I know you're probably thinking, what? Why 5 hours? Because you don't believe how hard it is to try and make sure that you don't destroy the edge of the road when trying to flatten it. When trying to put the grass back down, it leaks out onto the road, so you have to try and tidy it up a bit. Putting all these pots in and then building the walls, and there is a lot of work. But I'm hoping you can see that, yes, there's a lot of work here. And it's stunning. So we've got the little lake here. And obviously you can see, yes, it has been built up quite a lot because it wasn't flat at all. And it needs to be. But come on, this is awesome. So I flattened the land. I went around. And then I sort of put the walls around first. Now, that was a bit of an issue as well, because you can see I had to raise it up in certain places here. And obviously the walls kept coming up certain bits. Like when I did this bit here, it was like error, you know, coming up with errors going, the ground's it's not quite level here. The terrain's too steep. It was not sort of smooth enough. It was like higher here, lower here, and it was causing issues. So I had to keep going around it all and get it all right until the wall was happy. And then when the wall was happy, everything was good then. So put the pots in and then I had to, well, like I said, I've just grassed over this. I haven't really done too much around here. But you can see where it sort of went down to. So it's come up a long way. So I just put the pots there to make it look a bit nicer. But then we have got double gates. I had to do a double gate. But then even little things like all the flowers and then the lights here. So at night, it all lights up. So you can actually see the gates to get in. And then obviously, if we go and open the gates, oh, look at this. This is so cool. I'm getting too excited about this area. But it's a masterpiece in my eyes. I'm no good at doing this kind of stuff, and it's gone really well. So we've got the spinnery, which obviously the wool or cotton goes in, and then it makes the fabric. Fabric then comes across here to the tailor shop, and then that's what then makes us clothes, and we get clothes appear here. And obviously clothes we can sell for 30,000 per pallet of clothes. And obviously, you know, I did all these little things, put all the nice little plants in. You can go here as well. I won't click it, but if you go here and click it, you can actually change your outfit. Actually, you know what, let's just show you. You see, you get this option where you can actually go and change your outfit if you want, because it's a tailor shop. So putting all the flowers in, all the lampposts as well, all the street lights here for lighting it up, and this whole area was best part of, I think, 1.2, maybe 1.5 million. All the plants and all the factory. I mean, these weren't cheap either. Put these in. And then obviously, then we got this. Look at this. Sheepies. This is so good. So put this in. This is a fenceless, like, sheep pen. I know you're thinking, Craig, well, I can clearly see a fence there. What you want? If we go here, somewhere, there is a way you can turn it on, and I can't remember how we actually do it. It's here somewhere. Oh, I've opened the door. You can... There is a little marker here somewhere, and it lights up the ground. There. So, you don't have to have the fence here. You can leave it open, but me personally, I thought it just didn't quite look right. I don't understand why you would want to leave it open and just sort of look like sheep could roam everywhere. I mean, you might want that. But I decided to go put this fence around myself, and obviously you can use that as a bit of a marker so you know that they're not going to go out of there. And then you just switch it off, and it just looks really cool. So, I can't remember how many sheep we've got in here. We've got quite a few, and I think it was here. Yeah, we've got 1,000 sheep in here. And the wall does spawn here. And then that just simply goes over here, through this little gap here, and we just drop it there. And then it goes into here. You can see that it's been making, if you can see the bottom wall, 5,500 litres in there. And then it will go across to here. So as you can see at the minute, 57 litres of fabric, 60 litres of clothes. So it is automatically distributing it straight across. So I only have to move them from here, take them over to the spinnery, and it churns away. I mean, what do you think? This is pretty cool. Again, with this, it's self sort of feeding on water. All we have to do is just drop some food in here. And then that's why I've got this little setup here. You see what I said about the parking bays? You can get more. Again, another little electric charging tractor and the electric charge point. So all this does cost money. Even the parking bays cost money. You see one of them, a little auto-loading trailer. Just to pick the wool up and move it across. This is just sort of a feed trailer. It's well big. It holds, I think, 82,000 litres. But again, it's got no weight in it. Works fine for this one. And this thing, yeah, I wasn't particularly wanting this. It's a silo. And it's the triggers here. So you just sort of basically tip there and you fill up there. And it holds something stupid like, I think it's 5 million litres, which we're never going to fill. We just put grass in it. It's just to sort of store some grass in here. Like when I cut that field across there, store some grass in, and then we can just feed the sheep. But I did have one that looked a lot better, and it was a nice little one here, and it got a lid you open. It just got a spout up here, and it fitted in nice. It looked nice. For the life of me, I could not open the flap. Like it said, you just open the flap and you can tip it in. Nope. I walked around it, pressed every button possible. It wouldn't open. So I don't know if it's got an issue with the mod, but it just would not open at all, which is a bit of a shame. So the only other thing I could do was go for this thing, which just doesn't quite seem to fit. But yeah, it works well. And I like it. It is really nice. And obviously you've got two gates. Two gates, just so if you want to in one end, out the other, you can leave them open. It doesn't matter, but I just close them. And obviously this is the grass field here. So when we cut this, I can just sort of bring it straight in. And we can just sort of stock up sort of the grass in here from that field. If we need to. At the minute, it's got, I think, 82,000 litres in there. Yeah, 82,000 litres. So we finally have sheep. Let's go and have a little look. Who'd have thought we were going to get sheep on this series? Well, I think that's a good place to leave this episode then. I might just, I might nip outside. And I might just sort of turn it to night time. So we can have a look and see what it looks like at night. So, let's have a look and see this lit up at night. So it's 10 o'clock at night now. And like I said, it looks good. Didn't want to go too much with the lights. I was tempted to sort of put lights all the way down. But I didn't really want to light it up like, you know, Blackpool illuminations. I just wanted the little lights on the gates here. That you could see, you know, your way in when you come along the road. So we'll go in. And it's just a nice amount. You know, you've got the little lights here. We're still shining through this side. The little car park area is lit up here. And obviously these little street lights, which are just lighting up this sort of bit of area here and around the back. And obviously the little nice little heaters in here, which look awesome. And yeah, just basically lights around the back here. It's got its own lights on the building just here. And then a few little lights at the front. But again, I didn't want to get too carried away. Didn't need to sort of go too OTT. Just the little bits that I need to get to. And just lighten up the path here for outside. I think that is pretty nice. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you like it? Could I have done something different? Good, bad? Whatever you think, please leave it in the comments below. And if you're liking this series so far, then please do drop us a like. Hit subscribe, turn the little bell notification on to get notified every time I upload a video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.